How's it going, guys? Welcome back to another weekly recap. We are back with week 28. This video is not coming out on the Friday like they usually do. Usually I film every Thursday, upload Friday. This video is late. I do apologize for that because basically I'm busy. Real life gets in the way. This happens. For me it happens often for whatever reason. But no, I am back. I'm sorry. I did upload the supermarket video of the what a supermarket looks like the days leading up to Spring Festival though. So I hope that sort of makes up for it. But yeah, I'm different bed than usual. I've filmed these weekly recaps in so many places now. But yeah, I'm in the countryside of Maoming now. And that's why this video is delayed, because I have to be here, do stuff. I'm probably going to get interrupted filming this. And yeah, life is busy, alright? So it is what it is. Anyway, let's get straight into things. First day of the week, we have the 9th of February, which I got woken up at 7:30. I don't know why, but I was like, nope, not happening. The nanny woke me up and I was just like, no, I can't. And then I slept till 8:39. Also, it's really hot in here, so I apologize for being a mess, but it's I don't know, it's really hot. Anyway, she said some Chinese stuff and I was like, I'm sleeping, please. And then yeah, I slept till 9, and I don't know if that's super rude, and I don't know when I'm supposed to wake up, because the parents don't really tell me anything. I've just gone with the idea of, on the weekend I wake up at 9, and now it's school holidays, so every day must be 9 o'clock, right? Which kind of works, but I don't know. I haven't been told not to do it, so that's what I'm doing. But yeah. Anyway, had breakfast, noodles again, so that was pretty good. And then Ricky and I played inside the apartment, and it's basically been like the same stuff on repeat. There's not much to say. It's just fucking around. We have the playmat, which I take him in and then carry him around and throw him and stuff. And then we also use it to hide and make a house and play. And then we also have these puppets we play with, and then we draw. That's the 3 things we do. And yeah. How hot is it today? Apparently it's 25 degrees, which I don't doubt that. It's hot as fuck. I need to go get a drink at one point. But yeah. Then at 1 p.m. we had lunch with the family. And then afterwards I basically had no break. Because then after lunch the mum was like, do you want a haircut? Which, I got a haircut if you can't tell. The mum was like, do you want a haircut? And at first I thought she was like, I'm getting a haircut, you need to watch the kids. And I was like, oh. But apparently she's like, do you want a haircut? And I'm like, is that a question or a request? Because apparently leading up to the Spring Festival, the men are supposed to get haircuts, I think I heard. So I think it was like a hint, but I was like sure. Because I'd actually, I had considered getting a haircut at one point. But the problem is I'm really lazy, and I'm bad at going outside, and I don't know where to get a haircut. So it's like, So she was like, do you want a haircut? And I was like, sure, easy. And then we went across the street, and then, wait, let me read my notes. But yeah, I said yes because it took me 0 effort, and they would also pay for the haircut. So it was like, they take me outside, they do all the work. I'm like, alright, sure. And yeah, then I went for a haircut, which is my 3rd haircut here in China. I had the really, really fancy one when I first got here, where I paid way too much. I paid 120 kwai for, it was a really fancy place and whatever, so it wasn't like I got scammed or wasted money. It just wasn't really worth it. Then I had the ghetto place that I just walked around Hangzhou and I found it in 15 minutes. And now this place. And yeah, this place was, it's really loud. This place was right across the street where we lived, and yeah, there were a ton of nice girls who washed your hair, and then there were a ton of nice guys who cut your hair, and that was basically it. Haircuts here in China are so fancy. I've never tried anything like it. First, they wash your hair, and I think they spent more time like just washing my hair than I spend like almost in the shower. Which I spend a long time in the shower, so that says a lot, right? But yeah, they spent forever washing my hair. I was like, okay. And then I got my hair cut, which again, it seemed like he put a great deal of effort into it. He was like, I don't know. He put more effort in than I feel like in Denmark, but yeah. And then I got my hair washed again, I don't know why. And then he cut some more, and then you got this. And then I don't know if it's good or not, but I thought it was completely fine. And yeah, they were all super, super nice, everyone in there. No one really spoke English. They like muttered a few words, and I was like, yes, hello. Like they asked where I was from, and then they talked to my host dad. But everyone was super nice. And then you could also tell everyone's just like staring at me like I'm just the weird token foreigner. And I'm like, yes, hello, I'm getting a haircut. But yeah. It took so long though. Like, I guess because they put so much effort in, it took forever. But yeah, it was like too long to spend on a haircut. But anyway. Yeah, I didn't see how much it cost because I didn't pay it, but I guarantee you it was cheap. So haircuts here are good. What else? Oh, then Ricky decided he wanted to play outside, which, again, I hadn't had free time. And this is like the time he should be having a nap. And the dad was like, oh, you play with him outside for a bit. That's a good idea. I'm like, no. But, yeah, so we played from like 3 p.m. to 4 p.m. And then, oh, this was really bad. At one point, basically, he was playing with his friends, and I was just walking around following them. And at one point, him and his friends were like stationary. They were just playing in one spot. So I'm on my phone just reading something. Then the mum comes behind me, and she's like, oh, where's Ricky? I'm like, he's right there. And I look forward and he's not there. I'm like, shit, fuck. Because obviously I'm supposed to keep an eye on him, which I am, but like, 1 second to the other. And I'm like, oh, he's behind this tree. And then I looked behind the tree and he was there. And I was like, yes. So I got lucky. That could have been really awkward if it's like, where's Ricky? And it's like, I don't know. But I swear, I went like this. Look up and then he's gone. And usually he's walking around constantly, so I'm usually just walking behind him. But at this point they were like sitting down playing some game. But yeah, that was awkward. I was like, oops. I got home at 4, and then he was supposed to take a nap, but I don't think he did. But I didn't really care. I went to my room and had free time till 5:30, where I came down. And then the dad helped me correct some of the Chinese homework I did, which was like wrong grammar. And then I took care of the baby, and he was screaming like crazy, which, oh my god, that hurts your ears, because you have to lift him up and like carry him, and then his like mouth is in like ear range, and then you just get fucking destroyed. So that's not a good time. But anyway, yeah. Then the nanny, before dinner, the nanny is like, oh, look here. I'm like, okay. And then I look behind the stove, and there's the cars are really loud outside. There's a lizard, and I'm like, oh, okay, cool lizard. It was like maybe this big. Like, it was pretty cute. Whatever. I didn't actually know they had lizards in China, so I kind of thought it was neat to see. Can you see my arm in the camera? I'm sorry. I have to hold this tripod thing. But yeah, I thought it was kind of cute. Then I it didn't have my attention for that long. I was like, okay, whatever. Then the mum comes in, and she's like yelling. And then I wanted to go back in the kitchen, and she was like stopping me and Ricky from going in there. She's like, no, you can't go in there. And I was like, it's a lizard, what the fuck? So I thought maybe they have venomous lizards in China. I was like really confused. Like, why? It's a lizard, calm down. Like, I'd considered picking it up and, taking it somewhere, because I don't care. But I didn't exactly have anything to store it in. But, yeah. Apparently the mum thought it was a snake. So that's why she was scared, which makes a lot more sense. Because I was like, why are you afraid of a lizard? But yeah, apparently there are snakes in China. I googled it afterwards, and there are cobra snakes that look pretty neat. So that's cool. There was one point where I was wondering if there were any like interesting animals in China, because I haven't seen any. But yeah, there are lizards, which I've seen, and apparently there are snakes, which I haven't seen, which I would like to. And then also I saw monkeys in shut up. I saw monkeys in Hong Kong, but that doesn't really count because although they were wild monkeys, so some points. And that video will come out eventually. Again, I'm just busy. I'm sorry. I have like 2 videos to upload before that one, I think. And yeah. After dinner, we played for a bit with these like magnet toys, and then chilled for like an hour. And I went to my room and chilled. And I was like super tired. And yeah, that was the 9th of February. Also, in case you don't know, this video is going to be really fucking long because it covers a lot. It covers like the whole week. Huh, funny how that works. It covers the week, but I went to Hong Kong and Chinese. This is going to be a long video. So if you need to, go get your snacks or drinks, because this is going to take a while, alright? Shut up. Alright, 10th of February. I woke up at 9 a.m. and the mum asked me when I was going back to Denmark, and I was like, I don't know. I wish I knew. Because I need to have it so I stay 6 months here, because then I get like some bonus money from the agency. So I'm still trying to figure out dates. I don't know when I'm going home. So that's interesting. Apparently one of my friends who's leaving China now, she had booked her return ticket before she arrived in China. Like, I cannot imagine doing that. That's it. Oh fuck, whoa. I cannot imagine doing that. That seems like fucking, like, soup. I'm sorry I'm doing this. I'm uncomfortable, alright? I cannot imagine doing that. That'd be scary as fuck. Because, like, imagine if you regret coming to China. Or you have family problems and end up homeless. I mean, that could never happen, right? But, I mean, if it did, you would be kind of shit, you know? But no. She asked me when I'd go home, and I'm like, I don't know. And then she sent me like a really nice message. It was actually really cool. Because like I've said this many times in the videos, but I can never tell if I'm doing a good job or if I'm completely useless. It's very difficult. Because a lot of the time I walk around like an idiot, and I'm just like, hello, I exist. You know, like I feel like a fucking idiot half the time. And then there's the time where I'm sleeping. So it's like most of the time I feel like an idiot, right? But yeah, she sent me like a super nice message. It was like, we all like you very much. You're so dedicated. I hope you can stay in China for like another half a year or longer. And I was like, oh, cool. So yeah, they actually like me, which is great. Because yeah. Because it'd be way worse if they had these like feelings. Because Chinese people hate confrontation. So like, for all I know, they could be like sitting back going like, fuck this guy. He wakes up at like 9. He's supposed to wake up at 6. He's on his phone. He doesn't do his laundry properly. He doesn't like. He drinks Pepsi. Like, fuck this guy. You know? They would never tell me. They would just have all those thoughts in their head. So it's very difficult to know if you're doing things right or wrong. But considering she sends me a nice message like that, I'm going to assume that I'm doing a good job and she's happy. So that's cool. And also, I do wish I could stay with this family for longer. The problem is I have to go home for university. Like, I'm going to stretch my time in China for as long as possible. My contract with the original family ended February 2nd, but I always had the plan to stay till March and then go to Japan. But I had no intention of going from Japan back to China, which I'm doing now. And now I'm staying extra time, which I don't know how long, but I'm staying extra. So, yeah, I'm basically just stretching it out for as long as I can. But, yeah. But, yeah, there's not much else to say. That message made me really happy because, yeah, I feel so useless, like, half the time. So, it's good to know that you're doing something right. Because it's really hard to know if I'm doing something right or wrong. Because I just exist, I feel like. But, yeah. Then we had breakfast, and I helped... Oh, my God. We have the worst curtains in the house. They're all on these, like, clips you have to clip on. And then the curtains weigh, like, a shit ton, so they're heavy. And I helped the mum take off the curtains to have them wash and put them back on. And that was, like, a very hard task. It was not fun, but I did it, alright? And then, yeah, me and Ricky played with puppets and magnets in his room. And then around like 12 or 1 o'clock, we had lunch. And then after lunch, I'm trying to read the notes because I can't. This was like years ago. I can't remember what happened. It was so last week, you know? No, I'm fucking with you. Anyway. Then the mum said we were going shopping, but didn't say when it was supposed to be after lunch. She was like, we're going shopping. I'm like, okay. But then nothing happened for like forever, I guess. I was just in my room, and Ricky wasn't napping. Like, I'm supposed to have free time when he's napping, but when he doesn't nap, I still leave to have free time because I need free time. Like, just because he doesn't want to sleep, I still kind of need time to myself, you know? But yeah, that's when I feel guilty. It's like, I don't know if I'm being, like, useless. But anyway, I had my free time, and then at 4 I went down to be like, hello, update, what's going on? And then we went shopping shortly after. And yeah, we went to this shopping center. We bought a lot of clothes for the boy. It was like, this has sharks on it. Do you want it? Yes. Okay. So bought like a shit ton of clothes for him. Again, I think this is in preparation for the Spring Festival, like Chinese New Year. So they bought a bunch of clothes so he can look nice. And yeah. And yeah, just shopping, and I had to follow after him and basically just make sure he didn't do anything dumb inside the stores, which he did a lot of dumb stuff, but you know. And then after being in a few stores, we went to Uniqlo, which is this like Western-ish store, I think. I don't know, they have clothes. And then the mum told Ricky to stay, and she told me to come, and I'm like, oh no, I know where this is going. She wants me to buy clothes, and I fucking hate shopping, but what are you gonna do? So we get in, and then the first thing she does is, she's like, do you like this red hoodie? Which I can show you it. Oh my god, I have to get up. Oh, this is so hard. Oh no. Alright, this is my room. I'll give you a room tour. The door doesn't close. Wait. The door doesn't close, so I put a slipper to make it close, because otherwise it doesn't. Then you have, I don't know, stuff. Lots of books, because I read a lot. And then you have a window with a busy road. So the mum was like, do you like this hoodie? And I looked at it for like half a second, and I was like, oh, it's red. Chinese New Year is coming up. In China, for New Year's, you have to wear red clothes. She's asking me if I like this red hoodie. I wonder what the answer is. So I was just like, yes. I mean, I don't mind it. Red actually used to be my favorite color. Now, I don't really know if I have a favorite color, to be honest. But yeah, anyway, red hoodie. I guess it's not... No, it is red. You can't tell it's red. Actually, maybe they washed it wrong. I feel like the color is hella faded compared to when I bought it. But they washed it, but I don't know what's happened. It's supposed to be a red hoodie. Right now, it looks more maroon than red. Oh, maybe it looks red in the sunlight now. I feel like, okay, it's good maybe. I don't know. Anyway, red hoodie. So she was like, do you like it? And I was like, okay, I have to say yes. But this hoodie is actually really cool. Alright, I've never had a hoodie that's been this nice. Which, this is not an expensive hoodie, so that's nothing to do with it. But look at this, alright? These pockets. I have to see if I'm pointing it at the correct stuff. Look at this. These pockets are so smart because there's like an indent. So, usually when I have my hoodie on, and I kneel down to get something off the floor, my phone will just fly out of the hoodie pocket. Which, I mean, this hoodie has has zippers on the pocket, so that's also good. But it also has an indent, so if you throw your phone, it goes all the way down here. So, like, when you're when you kneel down or something, the stuff doesn't fall out of the pocket, because the pocket's up here and the stuff is down here. So that's the first thing I like. The second thing I like is it has inside pockets, which I don't think I've ever had a hoodie with inside pockets. I'll show you, look. So let's say actually this works better with a wallet. Alright, so let's say you put your wallet in here, and then you're out and about in some, like, idiot place where there's, like, pickpocketing retards, and then you're walking around with your jacket on in 25 degrees and it's hot as fuck, but that's beside the point. And then you walk around and you're like this, and you have, like, the fattest bulge. Like, people can confuse it with a boner or whatever, but yeah, you have, like, the fattest bulge in your pants. You're like, well, it's not your pants, it's your hoodie, but whatever. You're like, whoa, look at this fat pocket. Look how, like, stacked it is. So much cash. Then some, like, retard pickpocket is like, oh, this idiot white kid has his pocket open. I'm gonna steal his wallet. Then they go in for it and they're like, psha, and then they get fucked because there's nothing, you know. So that's my opinion on inside pockets. That's, like, smart as fuck. I've never had inside pockets, so that's genius. And then, okay, this has just become a hoodie review. I'm sorry, but deal with it, alright? It also has, like, this thing. I don't know, I've never had a hoodie that has, like, a neck thing. So it goes, like, hella high up, which I don't know how that looks, but it's, like, it's smart if it's cold, because if it's cold, then you don't feel cold, because your neck is not cold, right? And then, yeah, also the mum bought me... Alright, at this point we're just going to stand up, eh? Whoa, the stick is, like, hella tall now. Oh. Am I in focus? Yeah, then the mum bought me that, and then she asked me, do you like pants? And I was like, no, I don't. I wear shorts. No. She's like, do you like pants? I'm like, okay. Because again, it's like, there's a right answer and there's a correct answer. It's like, the right answer would be like, no. But the correct answer is like, yes. She's like, do you like pants? And she shows me these sweatpants, which I actually have here. I've got all my clothes here to show you. It's so smart. She's like, do you like these sweatpants? I'm like, sure, okay. I mean, she wants to give me clothes, she can. Also, I swear to God, the reason she, like, wanted me to buy pants or sweatpants was because she's like, oh, it's gonna be cold, maybe. And now here we are. My hair is gross. It's 25 degrees. And what am I wearing? Shorts. Like, I'm all for being polite and wearing the pants because she bought them and being polite, but, like, I'm not wearing pants. It's too hot. But yeah, she bought me pants, 2 pairs, because apparently one wasn't enough. She's like, do you need a second pair? I'm like, right answer? No. Correct answer? Yes. I'm like, okay, sure. So she was like, okay. And then, she told me to browse the store and buy anything I liked. So I found some long sleeve shirts, which I also can't use because it's, again, it's like 25 degrees, so I'm not wearing long sleeves, but anyway. So basically all the clothes she bought me is useless. But look at, oh, this is a nice meme, look. This shirt is XL, but it's slim fit. I don't know how you can be fucking extra large and slim fit at the same time. But anyway, she bought me 3 shirts, and 2 of them, no, one of them she's just like, I had a black shirt that I thought was nice, and she's just like, no, it's too dark. And I'm like, oh, I'm sorry. So black is too dark. But I got 3 nice shirts, 2 pairs of pants, and the red hoodie. So it was very, very nice of her. And yeah, she bought all that for me. And I can't wear any of it because it's too hot. But hey, I try, alright? I have actually worn the pants and stuff, though. I have worn it, it's just, it's too hot now. There's no point. And yeah, let me see. Let me catch up with the notes. And let me make sure I'm in focus. What else did I say? So yeah, the red stuff you have to wear. Also, I think most people were wearing red on the day of New Year's, basically. I've also been wearing the red hoodie, but today it's like really hot, so it's like fuck. What else? But yeah, she was the one that was like, you buy 2 pairs of pants. I'm like, okay, I guess. But they're sweatpants, so they're kind of good. Oh, and then when we exited the store, this was the best part of the shopping for me. When we exited the store, Ricky's father gave me like this waffle thing with chocolate and chocolate ice cream, and I was just like, oh! And like, I've been wanting to try it for a while, but just haven't. Like, I've seen it around. And yeah, so got that, ate it, and it was pretty good. Then they did more shopping. I think this was for the baby, and I basically just had to keep Ricky in check. I was like, don't do anything stupid, please. And then we walked up for an arcade, and I was just like, don't do anything stupid, please, please, please. Like, I don't know. I just have to make sure he doesn't, like, fucking do anything too dumb. That's basically it. And yeah, then we went home, and dinner was ready. This was a little past 7 o'clock, so it was a late day. It's good when we do stuff like this, though, because time flies when you're outside. I was going to say having fun, but shopping's not fun, you know? But time flies when you're out, like, doing shit. So yeah, we got home a little past 7. And again, I've told you what's happened today, right? Do you remember me telling you that Ricky took a nap? You don't remember? That's because he didn't, you know? So we started eating dinner, and he goes like this, and I'm just like, okay. And then he literally fell asleep on top of his, like, on top of the, not on top of his plate, but like on top of the table right next to his plate, and I was just like, okay. And it only took him like half a second. I think his parents were even like, no, but at that point he was already sleeping. So yeah, they put him to bed, and this is what happens when he doesn't get a nap, and he's also super fucking obnoxious when he doesn't get a nap. So it's really bad when I have to play with him and he doesn't nap. Like that day it wasn't so bad because we were outside with the parents, and when he's obnoxious I can just be like, shut up, and then the parents tell him to shut up an extra time and it's all good. But if I have to play with him alone and he hasn't had a nap, it's so bad. But yeah, finished an hour early because I finished working an hour early because he was obviously sleeping. So then I went and bought Pepsi and milk candy, and then I just chilled and got absolutely nothing done. So yeah, pretty decent day actually. That was alright. I think the parents had maybe already gotten off work at this point, and that's why we were able to go out. Because usually they're working and stuff. You can't. Yeah, I don't know. We don't go out that often, but yeah. Alrighty, 11th of February. Ricky came into my room at like 8 o'clock, and I'm just like, get out. I was like, nope. And again, it's the same as with the nanny. I'm not sure if I'm supposed to do that, but like when you come and wake me up at 8, I'm like, no. So yeah, I was like, no. And then I slept till like 8:40. And then I had some sort of fried noodle thing, which was pretty good. It was the second day in a row I had noodles. And then yeah, we played inside the apartment for a bit. Same games as usual with the puppets and the same. It's like the same shit every time. And then yeah, it's easy and stuff, so I can't complain. But again, it's like I don't know if I'm supposed to be more creative or do better stuff, or I don't know what I'm supposed to do. But anyway, and also that he's not naughty when we play that. He's usually like bearable. Like he's just like, oh, do this, do this, do this, and I'm like, sure. So it's usually very easy. So I like it. But yeah. And then, what's it called? Then we went outside, and from like 11 o'clock till lunch, he ran around with his friends, and I basically just followed them. And that was, that was what happened. Then, we had lunch together, and then I went to the supermarket to buy Snickers and Pepsi for Hong Kong, because I had to go to Hong Kong on the Tuesday to renew my visa, because my visa would run out while I was in Maoming now. So went to the supermarket. It was super packed because everyone was like getting ready for Chinese New Year Spring Festival, which I obviously made a video on this. It's the last video I uploaded, but this happened before I did the video. So yeah. So I went there, everyone was super packed. This was also on a Sunday, so it was like way worse than what you saw in the video. But yeah, everyone doing last minute shopping and such. I bought Pepsi and Snickers and milk candy. And then afterwards I was so like tired and sick of it that I felt I deserved a milk tea. Also, since I hadn't had one since Thursday and it was Sunday, and I knew I wouldn't get one while we were on the countryside, which I haven't had one while we've been here. I kind of hope we go outside and then we walk past a milk tea place and then I can just be like, please, give me? Because yeah, I need milk tea, please. I'm an addict, alright? But yeah. So yeah, went to the tea house next to where I live. And the lady there is like super nice and cute. She's like, you want it hot? And I'm like, no, I wanted a cold one that day. Because usually I always order a hot one, so she knows that. But I had a cold one, which, that's put me in quite the conundrum. I don't know if cold or hot is best, to be honest. Because I used to be like a hot guy. But now I've had quite a few cold ones. I think I've had like 2 or 3 in a row. And the cold ones are honestly pretty good. I guess now the weather is getting like hotter. Because when it's cold as fuck, you want the hot one. But when it's hot outside, you kind of want the cold one. But I don't know which one's best. I think the cold one is good. But the hot one is also good. So, I don't know. Anyway, that's my milk tea talk. Oh, I think I wrote this down. I wrote from the tea house, I think cold one tastes better, because the tea house ones and the like chain milk tea stores don't taste the same. I prefer the chain store one, but yeah. But the tea house one, I think the cold is best. And then from the Decasi, which you'll see what that chain store is like in my next video, I think. I think it's a 50-50 whether you want hot or cold, but yeah. And then outside the tea store, there was like some really friendly guy who's like, hello, and he wanted his son to say hello to me. And this happens really, really often where the parents are like, hello, white person, child, please talk to the white person. And I'm like, because I think they just really want to encourage their kids to speak English, which is cool. So I'm like, hello. And I'm like friendly with everyone. Like, I'll say hello to anyone. I don't mind. So yeah, everyone is super, super friendly and nice, and that's what I like about China, that everyone just like, everyone says hello to me, everyone's like nice and cool. So yeah. Anyway, I got home, and then I chilled around till 4 p.m. when I decided to come down, and then Ricky was awake. And then afterwards, the mum decided we were going shopping, which I don't know why, but we went to the shopping centre that I had just been to buy Snickers and Pepsi for Hong Kong. We went to that shopping centre. But it's like, if this is my house, to get to the shopping centre, you literally just walk straight and turn right. But for whatever reason, we did some really long, like, convoluted circle. So I didn't even know we were going to the shopping centre for like a while. Because we did the dumbest route I've ever seen. And then, yeah. Then the mum goes, KFC? And I'm like, sure. And she's like, oh, we can't eat much because we have to eat dinner. But we went to KFC right before dinner. And then we shared like a chicken thing. And then the mum bought chicken feet because she didn't want KFC. So she bought chicken feet outside. But yeah, we shared KFC right before dinner. I really didn't get it. Like, I'm all for eating lots of food, so I didn't care. But I was like, she bought it with the intention of, don't eat too much because we're having dinner soon. So I'm like, okay. But, yeah. I'm dying, I'm sorry. Then we went into the hectic supermarket, and the mum bought more stuff for Chinese New Year because apparently we didn't have enough. Which I think I already told you, we bought like 10 kilos of Danish butter cookies. And obviously this is from the future, but you're not I was like, you're not supposed to know this. But anyway, we haven't eaten any butter cookies yet, which we have 10 kilos, so we should have started eating them like, yesterday. Like, I don't understand how we can buy so many and not eat any. Maybe they were just a gift for the parents, I'm not sure. Anyway, we got home and then we had dinner together. And then the chicken feet were on the table, and they were like, oh, Emil, chicken feet. And I'm like, fuck, okay then. So I was like, oh fuck it, alright, I'll try them. And I'll say, the chicken feet, they tasted fine. Like the meat, it was like salty meat, tasted fine. But the problem with it was, I have bad teeth. Like I can't close my teeth and get the meat off. Like look, I can't bite properly. So eating it was hard. And also there just wasn't much meat on there. Like it was very like low meat. Like you'd have to eat a lot of them to be like full. Which they're more like snacks than food, but yeah. And then also there's the whole bone meme. So like if you like let's say you just bite a bit off, then you have a bunch of like chicken foot like bone that you, yeah, I don't know. It's annoying. But it's very, very Chinese. Like they have chicken feet everywhere, so I had to try it. I was like, sure, fuck it. And then yeah. Oh, then I asked them which lunar animal Ricky was, and this like I want to talk because this like sums up me and the mum's conversations perfectly. She says that Ricky's a snake, and I'm like, oh okay, cool. What animal am I? And then she starts counting because I guess 1997 is a long time ago, 21 years actually, but she's like counting, and then she goes, oh, you're May. And I'm like, oh, so I'm a sheep? And she's like, no. And then she goes like this, like horns. And then I'm like, oh, so I'm a goat? Because I guess a goat can say meh, right? And she goes, no. And then she goes, milk. I'm like, oh, I'm a cow. And she's like, yes. So basically, that's how my conversation goes with my host parents when we don't use the translation app. It's basically just like a really, really fun guessing game. But yeah, that was pretty funny. I was like, okay then. So meh, and then this, that means cow. And milk. Which, I mean, a goat could have been the same thing, but come on. Alright. Anyway. Ricky and I played around in the apartment. And same with the baby for 1 hour, just fucking around. And then I took a shower and headed to my room and just chilled for a little bit. I started editing the Dong Men video, which Dong Men is like this big like fake market. So some of you can look forward to that video. I haven't gotten around to editing anymore because I'm here, lost, and don't have time. But it will come out eventually, I promise, alright? And then yeah, Ricky came to my room. I said came back, but he came to my room at 11 p.m. And I'm like, why are you not I don't understand. Sometimes, like, he goes to bed later than me, and he's 4 years old. Which, granted, he takes weird naps, which is probably not good for your sleep schedule, but yeah. But, yeah, he came to my room at 11, and I was like, okay. But, I didn't mind too much, because he wasn't being obnoxious about it. Like, he was just like, hello, what's up? Like, I'm going to sleep. I'm like, okay. And, like, he's just being nice. So I'm like, it's okay. You can be here. As long as he's not obnoxious, I don't really care. You can do whatever. But yeah, that was the 11th. Alrighty. Then we have the 12th of February, where I woke up at 8:40. Wait, what the fuck? When? Oh, this is the Monday, I guess. Yeah, okay. I was confused. I was like, when am I going to Hong Kong? I got to talk about that day. That's got to happen at one point, right? But yeah, this is the Monday before I go to Hong Kong. I went to Hong Kong on Tuesday. I woke up at 8:40. Ricky didn't wake up till like 10 or after, and I was like, okay. And then yeah, Ricky and I watched the original Jungle Book, which that movie was not as good as I remembered it. I remembered it as being like a classic 10 out of 10, and it was not. It was like pretty fucking boring all the way up to the end, where there's the whole like drama with the tiger and the fighting. But yeah, it was very like slow. Also, that movie is really old. I didn't know it was that old. It's from like the 60s, I think. Wait. Let me Google that. I don't like being wrong. The Jungle Book. 1967, yeah. I told you. Yeah, that movie is really old. But anyway. Then we chilled and played with these like magnet toys. And then he wanted to take all of them, which that's not how you play. I was playing with some, he was playing with some. You don't take all of them. Fuck off. And he started almost having a cry. I'm like, fuck off, I'm using it. Like, Jesus. And then I explained to him that if you want something, you ask nicely, and then maybe, just maybe, I'll consider giving it to you. And then he actually did, like, he actually does listen to me. No. He listens to me with stuff like this. If I tell him not to take food, he'll take it. And then when I like, take it from him and tell him not to do it, he'll do it again. Like, he's fucking terrible at listening. He's really obnoxious. But with stuff like this, he actually kind of listens. But with most stuff, no. So I don't want to give him credit and say he listens to me, because he definitely doesn't. But anyway, I told him if he would ask nicely, he would maybe get it, and then he did. And then he asked again, and then he asked again, and then I ended up with no toys, because I had like 3. And he's like, can I have this one please? I'm like, okay, sure. Then he asked again, can I have that one please? I'm like, okay, sure. Can I have that one? I'm like, okay, sure. And then I had no toys, but I'm like, at least you asked nicely, I guess. But whatever. Then we had lunch. Yeah, after lunch, I went to the supermarket and filmed the supermarket video, which I have mentioned like 3 times in this video. It's the last video up on my channel, so go watch it. Yeah. And yeah, oh, it was cute. Ricky was like, where are you going? I'm like, because that's, again, it's like awkward. They're eating lunch, and I'm like, can I just leave? Can I just, like, abort, or do I have to sit and eat lunch with you? Because I'd already finished my lunch. But they didn't seem to care that I left. But yeah, Ricky was like, where are you going? And I was like, I don't know, outside. And then he wanted to give me a hug and all this stuff, and I was like, sure. And then I went and filmed the supermarket video. I bought a dog, which I can't show you because I didn't bring it, and some red wallets, and then I headed home. And the mum asked, oh, my phone has not been working. The mum asked me how long I'd be outside, but I was like, oh, I won't be very long, so don't worry. Then I came home and recorded the Pepsi video, which is also on my channel now. And then my phone didn't give me any messages. I don't know why. Like, it didn't update or give me any of the messages I was supposed to receive. So then, when I got the messages, they were old. And then I had like a bunch of missed calls and stuff from the mum asking where I was. And I was like, well, fuck me. And yeah. Apparently, they were at the playground. So I hurried over there and met them. And then, oh, this was so awkward. So I get to the playground and Ricky's playing with like these 2 or 3 younger kids. And then the parents are there. Like, my parents and the friend's parents. And then the parents are like, oh, hey, Emil, our friends want to maybe get an au pair, so can you please, like, play with the kids and show them what that's like? And I was like, this is super fucking awkward, because, like, it's like 3 4-year-old kids where only my kid knows English, like a little bit. The other 2 know no English. They're both shy, so they don't want to talk to me. And they want to play with each other. They don't give a shit about me, you know? So I sort of just existed, and then every now and then the parents would be like, talk to him, and I'd be like, I exist, yay. Eventually, like, they opened up a little bit and talked to me a bit, like, in Chinese, so they're just like, blah, 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 blah. I'm like, yay. And then one of the parents looked really amazed. She was like, wow. I'm like, yeah, I exist. And then we said goodbye, and we went to this, like, big flower market, because I guess you buy a lot of flowers for Chinese New Year. So there's, like, these big flower markets. There's one in Hong Kong as well that I didn't go to, which I should have, but yeah. Alright, so we get to the flower market, which was nice. I should have brought my camera, but, like, I never get told where we're going, so it's kind of hard to know if I'm bringing my camera. Because if we're going to a shopping center, I'm not bringing my camera, but if we're going to a nice place, then yeah. But, whatever. And then the mum was like, there was all this red stuff, and then the mum was like, look, all this red stuff, it's all like New Year's stuff, like red wallets, like decorations, all this stuff. And she's like, if you want something, you can have it. That's basically what she said. I can't remember like her wording, but it was something along those lines. So I was like, okay, sure. And then I found something I liked, like some, again, I can't show you because we're in the countryside and I don't have it. But I found this like little nice decoration I liked, and I was like, alright, can I have this? And she's like, okay, sure. And yeah, she bought that for me, and then we continued. Oh, I was carrying the baby the whole time because the baby likes me, so he's like, you carry me. And I'm like, okay. Except he's super fucking heavy because he's fat. So, like, carrying him for a long time is, you know, not fun. But at least he likes me. I get some points, I guess. And then, yeah, the mum bought 2 orange trees and 1 other tree. And I was like, okay. And then we sat around for a bit while the parents shopped. And Ricky fell asleep on some chair. And me and the baby were just chilling. And then finally we headed to the parents' company where they put these trees, I guess. And it's actually really close to where we live. I've never been there before, so that was kind of cool. The dad has like the fanciest desk, and it's like really fancy. And yeah, then we headed home, and there's not much to say. We headed home. The mum bought like bread for me for going to Hong Kong the next day. And yeah, we got home, had dinner. Ricky is fucking disgusting when he eats. He basically just stuffs his mouth till it can't be stuffed anymore. And it's really gross. Like, ugh. It's like, especially if it's like you have to finish your dinner, he'll just do that and it's gross. And it takes him just as long to finish his dinner because now he just has this problem in his mouth instead of a problem on his plate, you know? So it's really fucking gross to watch. He also did it with his bread when we were buying the bread. He wanted to eat the bread I was eating, but he had his own. So then he just like stuffed his entire face with his own bread to finish it so he could eat mine. I was like, fuck off. And yeah. After dinner, Ricky was mostly in his parents' office, so I was just waiting around. Again, not knowing what I was supposed to do. I tried twice going in there and being like, sorry, I'm yawning. I tried twice going in there and being like, am I supposed to be doing something? And they were like, they didn't really seem to like want me to do anything, like, because, I don't know, sometimes he wants to chill with his parents, that's fine. So I was like, whatever. So I just chilled on the couch with the baby. And then the parents left, and I thought I was putting Ricky to bed, but apparently the nanny was doing it. So I just chilled and I packed my bag for Mao Ming, and I got ready for Hong Kong, which was tomorrow, the next day. And also the parents gave me money for the visa. Usually the agency pays for it, but this time the parents. So I was like, okay, whatever. Alright, and that brings us to the, my throat is fucked, 13th of February. I woke up at 6:30, which is way too early, to go to Hong Kong. I'd gone to bed like super late, or at least slept super late, so I was really tired. Which I'm yawning now, I'm fucking always tired, Jesus Christ. Anyway, went to the metro, was there by 7. I was going to meet a guy that I'd met on Instagram, talked to on Instagram, whatever you want to call it. But he didn't finish he goes to university. He didn't finish his class till 11:30. So first I headed to Hong Kong Park, which Hong Kong Park was like super, super nice. There was like a bunch of turtles and birds and just a really, really chill environment. And it's like, it's nice seeing like this little park with like an artificial lake and all this nice like nature. And then in the background there's just like a fuck ton of skyscrapers and like some commercial buildings as well that look fancy. So it looks pretty cool. And then also the weather was really, really great when I went to Hong Kong this time. Last time it was kind of like foggy and smoggy and like just on the brink of rain. But this time it was like sunshine and rainbows and all the happiness. It was really, really good. So yeah. I left the park at 11:30 to meet the guy. We can call him Active Wong because that's his Instagram name, alright? And yeah, met up with him. Really cool guy. It was actually like impressive how fast we hit it off. Because I thought it would be like, if you're just meeting some fucking stranger that you've only talked very little with on Instagram, I had like a feeling that maybe it'd be like kind of awkward or like, ooh, you know, like, what the fuck am I going to talk to this guy about like all day? But it was like so easy to talk to him. Like right from the bat, we just talked about like a shit ton of interesting stuff. And yeah, in general, it was like a really, really fun day. just hanging out with him and talking. You know, I've written down some of the stuff we talked about, but Hong Kong apartment prices, because apparently, well, not apparently, I actually knew that Hong Kong was expensive because everything is expensive in Hong Kong. But apparently, the apartment prices are like the most expensive in the world. A um, 50 like cubic meters or whatever apartment is like 35 million Hong Kong dollars, so that's expensive. And then also, I kind of got this idea before I talked to him, but I saw a bunch of people on the metro when I arrived in Hong Kong that were on Facebook, and I was like, oh, that's weird, because in China it's obviously blocked. But I talked to him, yeah, apparently in Hong Kong they use Facebook, Instagram, Snapchat, they use all those like Western apps, which I met him on Instagram, so yeah. But yeah, they use all the Western apps, and he also told me, which this one surprised me a lot. Apparently they don't use WeChat in Hong Kong, which I really really thought they did. I thought everyone in China used WeChat, but apparently not. So yeah, they don't use WeChat, which is really weird. And then also we just talked about mainland China versus Hong Kong, like the differences, how they feel about it, like stuff like that. And then what else? Oh, apparently when you're in China and you want to go to Hong Kong, you need to get like a visa. It costs a little bit of money, and then you can be in Hong Kong for like a maximum of 7 days, and stuff like that. And it's hard to go to Hong Kong, I guess. It's like challenges. But if you're from Hong Kong and you want to go to China, you don't need to do anything. You have like an ID and you can go as much as you want, and it's free and it's easy. So that was interesting. I thought it was interesting that one way is easier than the other, because they should be the same, right? But anyway. And yeah, I just really enjoyed talking to this guy because he taught me like a shit. I like talking to people where I like learn a bunch, and yeah, he taught me a shit ton of stuff about China and how things work and all. Yeah, just really really interesting to learn a bunch on this like information, because like 99% of the time if I talk to a Chinese person, they don't know any English, so I can't really get their opinions about anything like the country or whatever, or the culture. But obviously he did, so yeah, learning a bunch from him was like really really cool. And then I also told him about, Denmark and Australia, and just like have exchanging stories, and it was really interesting. And then yeah, also he showed, like, he was my guide for the day. He showed me like all these cool spots in Hong Kong that I would not have found on my own. I would have ended up on like a McDonald's again, bored. So that was really cool of him. And yeah, first we went to a couple of rooftops. He's into urbex. I've never done like rooftopping or anything, but I'd like to. I mean, I'd like to see cool rooftops. But yeah, we went to this hotel rooftop, which was pretty easy to get to, and it was like cool. But again, I would never have found it on my own. It was only because he was there, and there was no people. And yeah, that had a really nice view. And I'm yawning again. And then we went to a second rooftop, which was kind of like more sketchy, and I definitely wouldn't have found that one. We went to the 20th story, and then we walked the last 3 stories, and then we got to like this residential rooftop, I guess. And then from there we could like walk onto this thing, and then we took some nice photos, nice video. And again, I would have never been able to do this alone. And yeah, it was really cool. And what else? Oh, he told me about roof-topping as well, because I had questions about that. I was like, how does that work? He said sometimes him and his friends wear like formal clothes, because then it's easier to get away with. And he told me about generally roof-topping in Hong Kong. It's gotten very popular and stuff. And apparently law enforcement's not very strict with it. I thought that like if you climb onto a random rooftop in Denmark, then they'll get a little bit mad, but not much will happen. And if you do it in China or Hong Kong, then like you'll go to jail, get $1 billion fine, and they'll kill you. That's like, that's the impression everyone has of China. That's like super dangerous and bad and raw. But he told me that like nothing happens. Apparently, like most of the time, the security or like police will just be like, please don't, and they don't give you a fine or anything. And yeah, I thought it would be a lot more strict, but apparently, like, literally nothing happens. They just tell you not to do it, and then you're like, okay, I'm sorry. So that's neat. And then, yeah, we went for lunch, and we ate at this, like, famous Hong Kong chain, which the service there was fucking garbage. Like, Jesus Christ. It took us forever to get, like, a waiter's attention, or a waitress, to, like, actually order food, and yeah, it was fucking garbage. But anyway. Then I had some fried noodles, and they were pretty decent. They were pretty good. And then we went to these apartment buildings that have gotten very famous. They've gotten famous after the Transformers 4 movie had like some scene in there where like some buildings got destroyed, and it's those buildings. And yeah, it said not to take photos, but everyone did. It's like a photo spot, which is obviously why there's a thing that says not to take photos. Because it is a residential area, and it must suck for the people living there. Especially when the movie came out, there must have been so many people there. Same with the Choi Hong Estate place. Anyway, then we went to Quarry Park, I think it's called, and we walked up the way you would go to Victoria Peak. And again, got a very nice view. We didn't have time to go like all the way up because it's like quite a hike. But yeah, we went somewhat far and got like a nice view and chilled and walked a bunch. And then we went through some shopping centre and down to the seaside, which I can't remember what the seaside was called. But again, just like nice area. And yeah, it was just nice. And then at this point it was like semi-late. So I needed to go to the visa place by like 6 o'clock, so I had to leave somewhat early. So at this point we went to the metro, said our goodbyes. And yeah, honestly, it was like an amazing day. He was so fucking nice. Like, I honestly didn't expect I would have that much fun and like that many like interesting conversations. Like, I feel like I learnt so much, and yeah, it was really interesting. And we'd only spoken very few words on Instagram prior to that. But yeah, I hope to meet him again sometime. Apparently he comes to Shenzhen somewhat regularly, and obviously I have to go to Hong Kong every now and then. So yeah, maybe I meet up with him again. And also, I did film a video on the day, so I'm sorry for like moving the camera. Fuck, a video of this Hong Kong day will come out eventually. I have a lot of videos to come out before then. I actually have 3 videos from Hong Kong coming up. 3 separate trips. I'm really fucking slow with editing. And I'm obviously busy, so it's like I don't have time to edit. But yeah. Anyway, really interesting talking to him. Not much else to say about that. And then yeah, I headed to the visa place, and it took forever. And I think I got through everything at like 8 p.m. And then I was home at like 9:30. Also at the visa place, I met these like British teachers that were pretty nice. They teach in Shenzhen, and they were in the waiting area. Also, I forgot to mention, in the morning, there was this security guard on the metro that also talked to me. He looked at my shorts and my camera, and then he said some shit, and I'm just like, yes, I'm wearing shorts. I have a camera. And then he's like, he wished me a good day in English. That part I understood. And yeah, it was just, like, it's really fucking cool how everyone is so nice. Like, you have random people outside the milk tea store. You have random security guards on the train. Like, everyone is just really nice. And will say hello and shit. So, I really like people. I was, on the way home, I was looking on the metro signs just to make sure I was getting off at getting off at the right stop, not the wrong stop. And then some lady was like, she thought I was lost, because I guess I looked lost. And she's like, oh, maybe I can help you. And she actually spoke like English as well. And yeah, that's just another example of people being nice. See, everyone is like super nice to me, even though I didn't need the help. But yeah, everyone is super nice. And then when I got home, Ricky was still awake, and I think he'd missed me for the day because he was like very eager to talk. He poured me some orange juice, gave me a bowl and chopsticks, and he's like, have dinner, which I usually eat baozi after I leave Hong Kong, but I didn't really bother. So yeah, I had some dinner, and he got some for himself, and then he talked a bunch. I was like, sure. And he wanted to give me a hug and a kiss, and I guess he missed me. I was like, sure. So yeah, that was when he was being nice and cute. And then I went to my room, and then at 11 he came up again and said goodnight. And I was like, sure. And again, it's crazy how late he goes to bed, to be honest. Anyway, that is the end of the 13th of February. And we're back. As you can see, I've changed clothes because this is not the same day. I filmed everything else yesterday, and then I got interrupted because, like I've told you guys, I am busy for time. Like, I don't have time. It's not for fun that I put these videos out late. It's not because I'm lazy, it's not for fun. It's because I legitimately don't have time. And I'm just like super fucking busy. But I really do try to, I think people are being noisy. I really do try to get these out. So I'm sorry, but it's a new day. I'm wearing my new shirt. I was telling you guys about how my host mum bought me a bunch of clothes. Well, this is one of them. It's like a long sleeve, but I pulled them up because it's hot as fuck. Look, like I have sweaty, gross, it is like, here's like too hot, and then I'm here. It's like way too hot. But anywho, let's get back into the swing of things, because, yeah. And then I tried filming last night as well, because I was filming in the afternoon, and then I was like, alright, I'll finish it at night. But then at night, my room is way too dark, and it would look really garbage. So yeah, here we are. Anyway, the 14th of February, I woke up at 9, I had breakfast, and then this day was basically useless. There was not much to say. This was the day we were traveling. Fucking cars outside. Do you guys want a view of what outside looks like? I can. Oh, I have to get up. I'm sitting with the laptop on my lap. So, this is hard. Okay. So this is the road right outside. And that's... Why is it not in focus? That's why you hear noise all the time, because there's a road right there. But, which, I don't know why there are so many cars. We're on the countryside, and there's supposed to be, like, you know, the countryside. But apparently, there's a lot of people. Also, I think in normal circumstances, if you tell people you're on the, countryside, fuck, there's this, like, alright, we move. There's a fly net, which, okay, I'm just gonna take that one now. Okay, so, when I got to China, my host mom has one of these above her bed, one of these things, and the kid also has one, and I sort of just assumed they were to look nice, and, like, in his room, it's kind of like being a princess or something, and the host mom's bed, I don't know, it just looks nice, right? Then it wasn't, and I've been living there for 2 months, and then it wasn't till we got here, and I saw that I had one too, and then I didn't really take note of it or anything. I was like, okay, sure. And then I saw there were so many flies and mosquitoes and stuff, and then it clicked with me that this is like a fly net or like a mosquito net. It's not put on the bed to look nice and make your bed like a princess bed. It's there to stop flies. So yeah, that took me, you know, a long time to learn. Just like the passion fruit. But hey, better late than never, you know. Anyway, yeah. Basically the 14th of February was the day we were going to the grandparents' place. Wait, did I just tell you that the countryside... I feel like I was in the middle of a sentence. We're here and there's a shit ton of people, even though, like, the countryside in a normal place, you think, oh, there's like 1,000 people living in a town, maybe. Maybe. 1,000 maybe even is stretching it. Here, this is called the countryside, and it's like the middle of nowhere, but there's still 5 million people living here. So that's like the countryside in China, I guess. But yeah. Anyway, I feel like I'm all over the place. I can't like focus on what I'm talking about. But yeah, 14th of February was the day we were traveling to the grandparents' place. I was told that we would be traveling, this was the Wednesday, I was told we would be traveling in the morning, so I had to pack ahead of time and be ready. So I did that. I did it before I even went to Hong Kong because I knew I'd come home from Hong Kong late on the Tuesday. So I'd packed and was ready. And then I got told, make sure you pack a lot of clothes because, and have that ready because we leave after lunch. And I'm like, okay then. Also, it doesn't make sense that they tell me to pack a lot of clothes because they also tell me to wash every day. So it's like, why do I need to pack a lot of clothes if I'm washing every day? But anyway, I was like, okay. And then, yeah, we had lunch. We basically just, fucked around till lunch. Had lunch, and then I thought, okay, we're leaving soon. And then, no, we just, I don't know, did nothing for like 4 hours. Oh no, the parents, they spent like most of the day decorating their house. They I don't know why, they, they put the red envelopes, the red pockets, on their beds, like their own beds. So they gave themselves one. I don't know, just to look nice, I guess. And then they put again, I can't show you them because we're here now, but they put like red New Year's decorations everywhere around the house. Put them up everywhere. Put up some lanterns. Really, it was like decorating for Christmas. They decorated the entire house and then we left. So that was like a waste of time and stuff. But I think what they do here with the New Year's decorations is they keep them up for the entire year, and then next year they take them down and then they put new ones up. Because I asked the mum, she's like, I'm like, new ones every year? And she's like, yeah. So I think the ones they put up now, some of them are going to go down, but some of them will also stay. Because while I've been here before New Year's as well, there's been some of the red stuff. So I think some of it will just stay to look good. But anyway, at 4 p.m, we left. Oh, I came down with my bag from my room, not my bag, my suitcase. And then both parents just look at each other, they start talking, and I'm like, I already know what they're saying. And then they're just like, it's too big. And I'm like, I don't have another suitcase. And then they're like, okay, they sort of look at each other. And then they give me this bag, which they're like, they know this is too small, but I was like, whatever, I'll try pack it. And then I think I have 7 pairs of underwear, 7 pairs of socks, and then a few shirts and 2 pairs of shorts. And the pants. I brought the fucking pants and all the long sleeve stuff because the nanny told me that she's like, the mum's hometown is cold, so mum doesn't want to go there. And then when we went there, I was like, oh, it's cold. And also, the mum bought me 2 pairs of pants because she's like, oh, it'll be cold, maybe. You need to have pants. And now it's, let me see, 24 degrees. Jesus Christ, it's so hot. Fuck. It is not pants weather. I should have brought twice. The shorts fill, so much less, too. I could have brought, twice the amount of shorts. So, get fucked, alright? But yeah, I packed, and then we left. So 4 p.m. we drove off. Should I put the camera here? Is that more in line where... Because I'm looking at the computer to see what I'm talking about, right? Boop, boop, boop. Am I in focus? Hocus pocus. Yeah, we got in the car. The car was completely packed. Luckily, I got the front seat, and the only thing I had in the front seat was my bag. Not the one I just showed you, but my bag with my laptop and my camera in it, my backpack. So I just had that, and I had room, and the front seat was good. And yeah, I just chilled in the car. I wrote down some video ideas, listened to music. I slept for an hour, I think. And then... I didn't know, but the guy driving us was the mum's brother, so the uncle, I guess. But, I didn't know that till later, but yeah. And then what else? Oh, they asked me if I wanted to go to the bathroom, and I was like, yes. I go to the bathroom. Then, super shortly afterwards, the mum just, it was like, woo! I'm like, I don't understand. She was like, woo! And then she wants my Pepsi bottle, which has Pepsi in it. She makes me, scull the rest of it, which there was quite a bit in it, and I didn't want to drink because then I have to go to the bathroom again, And then she uses the bottle because Ricky has to pee, and I'm like, why the fuck can't he use a bathroom like a normal person? Jesus Christ. But, yeah, so that's a thing, and gross and whatever. But, yeah, anyway, we arrived at the grandparents' place at maybe 10 p.m, so basically super late. And then we had dinner at 10:30, which again, super late. And then I left the kids and stuff at like 11, and I chilled in my room for a bit and talked to my parents until like 12:30. That's the thing that sucks. Every time I'm with like the family till like really late, I just go to bed really late because I can't. It's not like I can just be like, all right, see you, and then I go to bed. I need to do what I need to do, you know. So yeah, went to bed super late. The grandparents were super nice. Also, I was really surprised. There is Wi-Fi here. I can watch stuff. I can chill. There's Wi-Fi here. I like before coming here, I just had the worst expectations. I thought like it's the countryside. There's gonna be no Wi-Fi. There's gonna be no nothing. Everything's gonna be awful. Which there's Wi-Fi. There isn't much else, and it is kind of like really fucking boring and awful. But like, there's Wi-Fi. It's not like when I have my free time, it's good because I just sit on my computer and do whatever. But other than that, yeah, it's pretty boring. But yeah. Oh, also the toilet is a squat toilet, and I'm like, oh, like I want a real toilet. But whatever. The shower is normal. It's a good shower. Also, there's no round table for dinner, like the spinny ones, the normal ones where you put the food on and you can spin it. Don't have that. So when there's a lot of dishes and there's one I want and it's on the other side of the table, it's like, how do I get it, you know? Because even if I had like normal utensils, I guess, it would be hard. But having to do it with chopsticks is like fucking impossible. So yeah, getting food like that is just difficult. But alright, and that brings us to the 15th of February, Chinese New Year, Spring Festival. Woo! Like, obviously, Spring Festival is on the 16th, but it's like normal New Year. Obviously, it all happens on the 15th, and then it's, you know, the 16th, it's like at 12 o'clock. So the 15th is New Year, but 16th, you know what I mean? It's like the first of, you're not dumb. You understand. Alright, good. I'm glad we got that one covered. Alright, woke up at 9 a.m. Everyone else was already awake. I asked, because sometimes I feel like a horrible au pair when I just wake up when I want to. I've just been treating every day like it's the weekend, so I just wake up at 9. But I thought maybe it's New Year's and stuff. Maybe I should ask. So I asked the mum. I was like, is it good if I wake up at 9 a.m.? And she's like, yes. I'm like, alright, cool. 1 second. So, it was all good. But yeah, woke up at 9 and everyone else was already awake. Took my first shower, and yeah, like I said, the shower was good. And then had dumplings for breakfast, which A+. And I don't know how to say it. It's like a cake, but it's not a cake at all. It has nothing to do with a cake. It's just round, like a cake, I guess. It's like this small thing, and it's very, very sticky, and it's food. I don't know what it's called. If you actually know the name of it, then, like, tell me. But it's this round, sticky thing, and I ate that, and it's okay. Then I walked into the house area with my bowl, because, okay, let me explain. The building I'm in now is like, I'm upstairs in a building. Then there's downstairs where there's a living room and a TV. Then there's the outside yard area where there's like a washing thing, like a laundry rack or whatever. And then there's like a hose, and the mum, like, the grandmother makes like food there, like she cuts the vegetables and stuff. And then there's like a little cooking area as well, like with a sink and stuff. And then there's a second building sort of thing, which is like the kitchen. So the kitchen is outside, and it has like a sink as well and cooking stuff. And then there's like a hen house with like a bunch of chickens running around. And then you walk through the chicken place, and there's the bathroom. So basically, there's like the yard, which is the main area. I don't know if you can hear the boy, but yeah. There's the yard, and then there's the bunch of outside areas. So anyway, I walk from the yard with my bowl, because I was sitting outside in the yard with my bowl. I walk inside to the kitchen area with my bowl because it's empty. As I do that, I see the dad and Ricky with a chicken. I'm like, oh, okay. Then I come out from the kitchen area, and I just see the chicken like this, with like one like really, really small hole, and just like blood flying out, like pew! And I'm like, okay. I was actually kind of impressed because like like, you gotta know what you're doing, right? Like, because the blood didn't go everywhere. It was like one solid line that just went pyow, and then it all went into like a bowl. So yeah, that was apparently what we were having for dinner or lunch. And then the grandmother took the chicken, and I don't know how she did it, but I think she just had it and then boiled water. And then all she did, I swear, she was just basically like patting the chicken, but in like 2 seconds, she managed to make it from like, chicken to food, basically. Like chicken animal to chicken food. She just, like, all the feathers came off. I probably sound like an idiot, but I've never seen anyone, like, do shit like that with animals, I've never seen stuff. So, I thought it was neat how fast she was able to disassemble this chicken. Because the feathers came right off. I would assume that they would be, like, somewhat stuck. Like, I think my hair is pretty stuck. I think if you, like, slit my throat and threw me in boiled water for 30 seconds, I think my hair would still be stuck, But apparently the chicken's is not. So I was impressed. And, yeah. They have, like, 30 chickens here. So that is also the freshest chicken I've ever eaten, I guess. Made in the morning and then eaten at lunch or at night. But, yeah, that was interesting. What else do I say? The whole day, basically, just felt like Christmas in Denmark. Because usually, when you're like a kid, and it's Christmas on the 24th at night, you spend the whole day, like, running around like an idiot, being excited for night, you don't really know what to do, so you're bored, you watch TV, you just do nothing, while all the adults are working because they're making food and doing all that stuff. And that's basically what it felt like here. The uncles and stuff, they were decorating the house, putting up lanterns and New Year's stuff and lights. And then, I don't know what the dad was doing. He was walking around in pajamas. And then the mum and the grandmother, and maybe other people, everyone was like making food and decorating. That's basically what they were doing. And then I was keeping the boy and the baby in check, just like making sure they didn't do something too dumb. But yeah, basically, it was just waiting around all day while the adults worked. And then, yeah, we did nothing the entire day. And, oh, this is really bad. There's no toys here. Like I said before, like, I can entertain myself very easily because there's internet. So I just go on my computer, watch what I watch. I can, like, do anything that I could do at home. The only thing I can't do is hang out with friends, So, for me, it doesn't make a big difference in my free time. But when I'm with the boy, it's so fucking boring. Like, we have nothing to do. We have no toys. We have nothing. The mum told me to pack, like, 4 books for him before we left, and I did. But it's, like, reading is not, he doesn't want to read that much, and it's not even, like, it doesn't take long either. So, we have nothing to do. No toys. We can, like, the main thing we do is just, like, he says, catch me, and I run after him. And then there's, like, a bit of imaginary, but there's, like, almost nothing. Like, really, there's just nothing to do here. So I don't know how I'm supposed to entertain him for, like, another week. Obviously, I should be speaking in past tense, because this is last week's week. But, yeah. Anyway. It's hard to entertain. And he spent some time watching videos on my phone, but, yeah, generally, we just did nothing. Then at 8 p.m. we had dinner, which I can throw up a photo here, maybe, if I remember. There were like 11 dishes on the table, and a lot of good food, and again, no rotating table, so it's like so hard to get. And then, yeah, we had dinner with me, the nanny, the children, the parents, 2 uncles, and the grandparents. And then we had, I think I've talked about this before, but we had this really fancy apple juice. We have this whenever we eat, I guess. Whenever we eat fancy. But it's like, it comes in like a bottle that looks like a wine bottle. Like the first time I saw it, I didn't know it was apple juice. But yeah, some fancy apple juice. And then, oh god, they wanted me to try something, which is never a good sign. Whenever they're like, there's a difference between them saying, oh, oidoi, try this chicken, here. That's like, okay, whatever. Or like, here's some chicken, whatever. But when they look at me and they're like, oh, try this. I'm like, I'm gonna get fucking killed now. Jesus Christ. And it's always, it's not just like, oh, try that. It's, they really get eyes on me. And then while I'm eating it, they also look at me like, oh, you having a giggle? Like, you getting fucked? So you just know it's a bad time. But I tried whatever they wanted to give me. And it didn't really taste like anything. Like, it was really whatever to eat. Like, it didn't taste like anything. It wasn't bad. It wasn't good. Like, whatever. It was some vegetable. And then I ended up eating some more of it because it's like, whatever, it's vegetable. So I just took some more, and then the dad was like, you like? And he's like, I think they were really confused why I would eat it, like, of free will. And I'm just like, it's fine. And then they did the translation app to tell me what it was, and apparently it was parsley, which I don't know if I'm supposed to know what parsley is. I probably am. People are going to be like, you're a fucking idiot, but I don't know. Apparently parsley is like super scary, because they obviously thought it was weird since they were like, eat this, and oh, do you like it? Like, I don't know what's up with parsley, but to them it was like, they wanted to fuck with me and like get a reaction out of me eating that. So I don't get it, but yeah. I don't know any vegetables, but apparently parsley is scary and they wanted to gauge my reaction. Also, there was something else I needed to say. Fuck. Oh, the uncle gave everyone red envelopes or red pockets or whatever, which I will show you. I have 4. Look. Bam. So these are the ones, if you watched my supermarket video, you would have seen these already, but these are the red envelopes or red pockets or whatever that you get for New Year's if you're a Chinese fuck. It's focusing on my hand, Jesus Christ. If you're a Chinese kid, you get these. I don't honestly understand how it works, because the uncle gave everyone one. And I think grown-ups can, like, I thought it was just for, like, you give the kids, but you do give adults. And my friends said that their parents gave their security guards. I think the more you give, the luckier you are in the New Year, so you have to give them to everyone. But, yeah, basically I got a bunch of these. I got one, this is from the parents, and then this one is the one from the uncle. I think he works for Mercedes. I get a hint of that. Oh, it doesn't focus, but whatever. But yeah, this is from the uncle. This is from the grandmother. And then this is from the grandfather. Which I don't know why I got one from the grandfather and the grandmother, but you know, I'll take it. So yeah, four red wallets, which is pretty cool. I don't want to go into like specifics of how much money I got, because I don't really think it's relevant, you know, it's the thought that counts. And yeah, but I got a decent amount. It was more than I was expecting, and it was that was actually the thing that surprised me the most. Like, I kind of expected to get one from the parents because it's Chinese culture and it's their thing, you know? Like, I don't expect them to give me a Christmas present because they don't celebrate Christmas, you know? Like, why would they give me one? But they obviously celebrate New Year's. They obviously do the whole red envelope thing. So they kind of, like, I would expect to get one, right? But I didn't expect to get one from the uncle because he doesn't, you know, I've never seen him before. And, you know, he doesn't need to give me shit. But yeah, he gave everyone at the table one, including the nanny. So that was very nice. And then also, alright, we just need to talk about this first. Look at this, look at this, look at this. Alright, so this is one kwai, which, actually, let's go deeper. If you go deeper, you get blurred out, apparently. No. This is Westlake. This is where I used to live. So this is the broken bridge, and this is Mount Baoshi, where I've actually made a video there that you can go watch. But yeah, this is Westlake. Although I've never seen these things at Westlake. I've never seen them, but apparently they're a thing. But yeah, this is Westlake. But no, what I actually wanted to talk about with you is Look at this note, dude. This is the one RMB note. It's so crisp and straight. Look at it. Look. Whoop, whoop. Like, people ask, like, if you ask me, like, oh, Oido, are you straight? I'll be like, yeah. But if you just had to say, like, oh, are you this straight? I'd be like, fuck no, that's not possible. Like, look at it. Jesus Christ. Like, it doesn't come across well on camera, but this is, like, the nicest, cleanest 1 RMB note I've ever seen. I don't know how the uncle got a hold of this, but, like, it's so clean. And if it is from 1999, then I don't understand. Like, it's so clean. Alright, for comparison's sake, look at this. This is one that I just got out of my wallet. Which, granted, it has taken some damage from being in my wallet, but, like, look at this. This is you versus the guy that she tells you not to worry about, okay? You versus the guy she tells you not to worry about. Like, look how fucking straight this is. And then look at this one. Actual garbage. And the thing that you can't see on camera, but is actually very real, is that, like, this one, if you hold it, like, even not, like, disregarding the fact that it's, like, a crooked piece of shit, if you hold it, it actually feels like the feeling of the paper is, like, really dirty and gross and kind of, I don't want to say wet, but it has that weird feeling. Whereas this one, this, like, feels like a piece of, like, A4 paper that you could draw on. Like, this is so fucking crisp. So, yeah, you versus the guy she tells you not to worry about, right here. And I swear I didn't break this note, by the way. Like, I've had it in my wallet, yes, but it was already fucked before I got it, you know? And this isn't even, like, this isn't even quote unquote that bad. Like, there are a lot of, every time you get a one yuan note, they're always, like, really old and really wrinkled and really fucked. Like, this one isn't even that bad. So how the uncle got a hold of this, I don't know. This is, like, amazing. This is, I'm going to put it here, and I'm going to make sure it doesn't, like, get damaged, because, yeah, that's quite amazing. Alright, moving on from my money rant. But no, that was actually the most amazing thing. When I saw the money I got, I was like, okay. And then I saw the one yuan, and I was like, what the fuck? Like, how? How are they so straight? I don't get it. But, anyway, yeah, I got the red wallets, and not, someone literally just corrected me on a YouTube video and was like, they're not called red wallets, and I was like, yes, you are correct. They're called red pockets or red envelopes, not red wallets. So I'm sorry, I got that wrong. I'll correct myself, alright? Yeah. Anyway, then after dinner we sat on the couch, and there's this Chinese New Year's show, which I think a lot of countries have New Year's shows. Like in Denmark, we have, the Queen has like a New Year's speech, and I think that's also quite common. There are probably other queens or kings that do the similar things, right? But yeah, the Chinese New Year show is the biggest, not the biggest, the most watched TV show in the world. It has, I don't know how they measure that, maybe concurrent viewers? It has 1 billion viewers, I know that. Which, yeah. And it lasts for 4 hours, and it's basically all of these, like, there's comedy skits, which they're in Chinese, so I don't get them. Then there's people, like, singing. They get some of the famous, like, Chinese pop stars to sing. They have Kung Fu, like, this really big show of Kung Fu artists, and stuff like that. And it's all done live. Well, like, yeah, it's all done live in front of an audience, so I guess you can pay a shit ton of money to go there. And yeah, we watched that. And Jackie Chan was in it as well, which I guess is kind of obvious because Chinese, but yeah. Is it Jackie Chan or Jackie Chan? Anyway, watch that, and it was the sort of thing that no one actually cared about. Like, it was on in the background and no one cared, and people walked away and stuff. I was watching it, like, somewhat, you know. It had some of my attention, but it's for 4 hours, so I'm not going to sit there, you know, the whole time. And then it got turned off, and I was like, please turn it on, and they're like, okay. So yeah, I watched a, I was the one who cared most about it because I don't get to see it again. They see it every year, but obviously it's different every year, but still. But yeah, it was pretty good. Whatever. It was interesting to see. And then yeah, the parents gave me Red Wallet, which I've already shown you. And then the funniest thing was they tried giving the baby one, and he's 1 year. He's like 1.5 or something, and he's not facing the mum. She says his name. She's like Bugger, Bugger, Bugger. He doesn't like no attention. Then she finally gets his attention. He looks at her. She gives him the Red Wallet, takes it, and then he just starts destroying it. And she's like, no, no, no. Puts it in his pocket. She's like, no. I'm like, So it's kind of cute that even like the baby that's like too young to understand it or do anything, he still gets one. Like, I like it. It's cool. And then, yeah, Ricky went to bed like early, and yeah. Then me and the baby stayed for like a long time watching the show and just chilling. And he was just being noisy and happy, and I was just concentrating on watching the show. And then at 12 o'clock, there was quite a lot of firecrackers and fireworks. The uncles lit off one in the chicken place, which was fucking so loud. I went with them to see it because I was like, oh, okay. And then it was just like so loud. I think I broke my ears, but whatever. And yeah, I should also say there was like mostly not that many fireworks. Mostly just the Chinese like firecrackers. You know, the red ones that you see in Chinatown or anywhere else, I guess, if you've been there or you've been to. But yeah, anyway. Mostly firecrackers, and they're so fucking loud. And yeah, mostly that just during the day. But then at night, at 12 o'clock, there was some fireworks. Like, me and the uncle went onto the roof, and you could see, like, some fireworks. But yeah, throughout the whole day, there was firecrackers. And even, like, the next 3 days after, there was still firecrackers. And even at dumb times, I woke up at, like, 4 in the morning, just, like, couldn't sleep, and I still heard it, and I was like, okay. Like, at all times of the day, there's been firecrackers. So even if I wanted to record the weekly recap, it would be really obnoxious to do. But, yeah. So, that was my Chinese New Year. And the last day of the week, the Thursday. So, I want to thank you guys for watching. I will be doing, I think, a separate video, which is basically just going to be like saying what I just said, so it's going to be kind of redundant. But not everyone watches the weekly recaps, especially when they're this fucking long. Like, thank you if you're watching this, cool, but like not everyone will. And I would like to make a separate video where I talk about the Spring Festival and New Year's and like my opinion of it and everything. So I'll probably make a separate video on it. But yeah, and I will also be making another weekly recap, because this one is obviously being uploaded super late, and yeah. So I apologize for being late, but obviously you can see I can't even film the weekly recap on the same day. And then it takes it's so, I'm busy and stuff it is what it is, alright? But thanks for watching, I appreciate it. This has been a long one. I will see you guys next week, which hopefully, since this has been delayed, next week will only be a few days from now, so you'll get two, very close. But yeah. Anyway, thanks for watching. Peace. Bye.